Have you guys ever heard the saying, invest in the pick and shovels? This actually references the 1849 gold rush, where the dudes who offered the picks and the shovels actually made more money than the actual miners themselves. In today's video, I want to cover over 6, actually 7, maybe 8 different infrastructure tokens that I'm stacking for this bull run. If you guys are new to this channel, I basically cover all things crypto, DeFi, altcoins, you name it. You can check out all of the previous videos I've made on my channel. And without further ado, let's go ahead and get into this. The very first coin I want to cover, and I've covered this multiple times on the channel, is Thorchain Rune. Rune is finally kicking in with its flywheel. This is a DeFi bull market coin, in my opinion. Basically, the TLDR you need to know on Rune is that it allows for native swaps between native assets. So here you can see on this chart, I'm able to swap one native Bitcoin for some ETH. This is native assets. This is not the wrapped garbage. So the reason this is important to understand is that the wrapped stuff like wrapped Bitcoin, for example, is owned by BitGo. And we all saw what happened when we went with Solana BTC on Solana with FTX, and that thing is worth like $500 when it's actually supposed to be worth 1 Bitcoin, which at the time of recording is actually 37K. Thorchain is able to offer these native assets via swap because all of the tokens are paired against the Rune token. So Bitcoin, when you LP here, it's paired with Rune, ETH with Rune, USDT with Rune, Litecoin with Rune. So basically it creates a Omnipool to where if I'm swapping Bitcoin, it's swapped into Rune, which this Rune goes into ETH, Litecoin, or whatever other asset there is. So that is theoretically the Omnipool that is created, and that's what Thorchain is solving. So Thorchain, in my opinion, is focusing on these long tail assets, the ones that are the larger market cap coins. There is another token, however, that is focusing on the short tail assets. If you were in my friend tech group or in private Discord, you would have had access to this token or at least heard the call there. But basically the next token is Maya Protocol. This is a quick snapshot of Discord. This was basically on 8/15. This was adding cacao to the DigiDart list. It's basically just a list of tokens that I'm looking to accumulate for the bull. But the TLDR on Maya and cacao is it's basically Thorchain all over again, but it's focusing on the long tail assets. So let me explain what I mean by this. On one of the dexes that uses Maya Protocol has Kuji, it has Dash, it also will be having Caspa, it'll be having Cardano. This is what you need to know, and this is the thesis on it. All of these guys, all these other cult-like communities like Cardano, Caspa, they want to be able to be like, where can we swap for a decentralized way and be able to get our token? Yeah, you use Maya Protocol, aka cacao. So it's basically like free marketing from all of these other teams and projects. And these guys already have huge followings and a cult-like community. And in my opinion, I do like the risk to reward. I mean, the stinking thing is a 33 mil fully diluted valuation. And without going into the other details of the other token and whatnot, it's via OTC. Cacao and the Maya Protocol is one of those tokens that I do like as the pick and shovel play. So Thorchain is the first one, going after the short tail and the larger market cap assets. And then Maya Protocol, cacao, focusing on the long tail assets like your Caspa, your Cardano, your Kuji, all these different assets that are not listed on Thorchain. So the answer to your question, or if that is a question, yes, I do see both of these coexisting. Now the next infrastructure token I want to talk about is Tau. I think we're on the third one. Tau BitTensor is basically trying to create a decentralized AI supercomputer. I know this sounds like all funny and jazz and like all kinds of stuff, but let's just go ahead and visit the BitTensor website real quick. So basically, if you look into this white paper and see what they're looking to do, it is basically trying to create a peer-to-peer intelligence market. Yes, I did read the screen on that because I really like those words. But here's a quick recap and a summary and like a breakdown of what this is. Think ChatGPT owned by OpenAI. It is a centralized AI, and it's just being fed by one person. Of course, our data is out there, but basically one person is feeding that. So in general, what can happen is like, hey, if I want people to buy more Reese's cups or something, or sell advertising, maybe that AI recommendation or the chat GBT thing will start recommending, yeah, you need to get Reese's. It's the best snack ever because the dude was paying for it. This is more of a decentralized kind of chat GBT, OpenAI. Like, it's literally a decentralized AI supercomputer. So think everything AI, but decentralized and not owned by one central company. The TAO token itself is used for incentive alignment. Not financial advice, but also keep this one on your radar. Now, the next token I want to cover is Immutable X. Let's go ahead and go on this website and take a look real quick. I actually wrote an article on this. I'll post it on Substack so you guys can see what's up. Yeah, well, I'll show you the website. Cool. All right, awesome, whatever. Go to Substack. So what you need to know about Immutable X is that this is a gaming infrastructure chain built on ZK rollup tech. The IMX token is basically the token for the chain. But the reason why I like Immutable X as a infrastructure token over any of the other chains and I don't know, other protocols out there is here's the big difference between the traditional NFT platforms and Immutable X. It's more scalable. It has 0 gas fees, which is a huge, especially for the gaming, you know, all the clicking. Go mine some Rune ore, chop down a tree, whatever. It's also decentralized because it rolls back up to Ethereum. And it's actually user friendly. So you don't have to go through all these clicking. Oh, what's MetaMask? What's this? Instead, it's basically just click done. It's all through an app. It's simplified and easy to use. So the benefits: instant trade execution, 0 gas fees, scalability, carbon neutral NFTs. What a buzzword. Enhanced security, also another buzzword. Interoperability, that's good. Yeah, it's a buzzword, but that's actually beneficial. User-friendly experience, yeah, I'll agree. Marketplace integration, yes, it is. Built-in wallet, there you go. Boom, click, no MetaMask, forget that garbage. A global order book, I do like that. The reason why, it leverages the networks of all the other NFT platforms, and instead of being like, yeah, let me go to this, and all these different marketplaces, instead it's one-stop shop. Everyone lists their NFTs there, boom, done. Think of it like the Binance for all these different NFT listings, so you don't have to like shop around. Now this leads me into the next token. This is TreasureDAO and the Magic token. Think of it like a business in a box for a project owner to create a game. So instead of having to go out there and create its own token, its own marketplace, its own DEX, all these different things, they literally can just plug and play into TreasureDAO ecosystem and leverage the network effect over there. These are just a list of several of the different games that they have over here. But if you want to get some more details on this, you can check out the previous videos I've made on YouTube about this. And you can simply just search Magic on YouTube and Twitter. The token is actually at some lower prices. So, I mean, not a lot of people are actually talking about this one right now. Think of it like a business in a box for one of these decentralized crypto games to be able to leverage the network of each other. So it's not just trying to go out there and be like, the soul, let's win, or whatever. Instead, it's going to leverage the network effect of all these different games that you see here. So I'm already playing Beacon, whatever, and Minecraft launches over here. I'm going to go play Minecraft too because now it's over here and I'm already in the ecosystem. That's the type of network effect. Anyways, harping on it too long, let's go ahead and get into the next. We got some more to cover. Is going to be Beam. Hello, Anon. Okay. All right. Beam is basically a subnet that is on Avalanche. Beam used to be called Merit Circle. The TLDR on what Beam is it's basically just what Magic is, except it's not on Arbitrum. It's on its own chain, and it's called Beam. So you can actually bridge over here via Avalanche and actually just use the bridge and get on here. But they have their own marketplace. They have their own app. They have the swapper. They have basically what Magic has, but it's also on its own chain. So it doesn't have to rely on Arbitrum being up and running. Now, this can be a good and a bad thing. The reason for this is, do you want to trust the subnet and rely on Avalanche network security, or would you rather rely on Ethereum? That's entirely up to you. Those are two different things you want to factor in. Now, I could see both of these coexisting, so that's why I threw both of these on the list. Oh yeah, that reminds me. And one other thing, guys, I forgot to cover is the Thor token. This was back when we were talking about Thorchain Rune, like I don't know, several minutes ago. And the cacao token, ThorSwap. Thor is basically the token for the ThorSwap protocol. ThorSwap is your main DEX that's built on Thorchain, and it's going nuts and ham in the fees because it offers some of the best prices, and that mainly has to do with its stream swaps. The TLDR on swing swaps. How about stream swaps? Is that it gives the best pricing for a particular asset. So here's an example. You have price optimize and time optimize. You can actually choose between these, and this is actually using a streamed swap. So it's giving you a TWAP price. So instead of, let's say I want to swap 1,000 Bitcoin for 1,000 ETH, the best way to compare this, actually just check out the previous video. You can compare this by typing in Bitcoin and selling like 1,000 Bitcoin worth, because that's several $1,000,000 into ETH. You can see the price optimized swap, and then if you use another DEX like 1inch and swap in some wrapped Bitcoin, you're going to see a lot of slippage. But with ThorSwap, it's not going to be as much slippage because what's happening is it's a time-based swap. So instead of making that swap in that one block of the transaction, so like 10% slippage or whatever, that one transaction is split up into multiple transactions over a particular time. So if I select 8 hours, 12 hours, 24 hours, etc., let's say it's one swap every hour, then I'm making 24 different swaps and taking the average of it. It's basically a DCA type of thing. So if there's a giga nuke or giga pump on that candle, you don't end up buying the top. But yeah, that's the sauce on that. Check out the previous videos if you want more details on it. Thor is basically the token that is going to be the revenue share from this. And ThorSwap is doing numbers, not financial advice. Now, the last token I want to cover is trac. If you guys watched the previous video on YouTube, you actually would be up a 4x, which I really didn't predict it to go nuclear or pump like it did. But I did have a thesis that it was a good infrastructure token. I liked what they're doing. I liked Benny building. And if you got to play, congrats to you. You clicked the buttons, good job. But trac ordinals is one of those tokens I do really like. It basically, the TLDR, I put this in the latest article, whoa, that's zoomed in, is it basically creates, this is before trac and this is after trac. Think disorganized library and then all organized. And the reason why it does this, or how it does this, is that it indexes the data on Bitcoin, and it basically makes it easier to call for that data when it needs to be called for. Let me go ahead and show you an example of how to use trac. Let's find some random inscription number. I'm going to go with a Bitcoin frog, and I'm going to say frog inscription number 411938. Remember what this looks like? It looks like a little froggy with some laser eyes, whatever. We're going to go ahead and type in that inscription number. 411938. 411938. And we're going to say go. This is what trac does. It indexes the data so I can pull this up and see what's up. You can also search data in particular by a wallet. So I just entered in this wallet. This dude owns 3 bitmaps. So I mean, there's different tools that you can play around and use, whatever. But check out the article I made on Substack if you need any of those links. This video is getting kind of long, guys. Thanks for tuning in. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Those are a couple of the different picks. Let's go ahead and recap. The very first one, I already forgot it. Nah, I'm just kidding, is Thorchain Rune and the cacao token. Think of Rune as your larger market cap assets, like the higher end type of things, the bigger market caps. And then think of cacao as the asset or the chain that is focusing on the long tail, like your ADAs, your Kuji, your Caspa, all those random other tokens. Now the next one is Tau Bit Tensor. Think of it like a decentralized AI supercomputer. And then I threw a couple of GameFi plays at you. We had some Magic, we had Immutable X, and then we also had Beam Network. And then last but not least, we had trac. Trac, basically indexing the data on Bitcoin, making it easier to call for that data and, do its thing. And one last one I want to kind of just throw out there is sats. This is the ordinals token. Like sats, 1 sat equals 1 sat. That's the meme. But basically, Sats, think of it like a infrastructure token for swaps being made on Bitcoin. Currently, Unisat is going to be using Sats as the token that's going to be paired against all of its BRC20s. So think what ETH is on like Uniswap. People pair with it. It's the same thing with Sats. As always, time will tell. We'll see what happens. But if people are going to get into DeFi on Bitcoin, they're going to need to get some Sats in order to LP. So just keep that in mind if it does take off. Guys, thanks for tuning in. I hope you guys enjoyed that video. I know it's a little bit long, but hey, it is what it is. Maybe the bull market will come around. It'll be nice. And if you guys are a returning viewer and you want more content that I don't show on YouTube, you guys can join the exclusive Discord. Yes, I do cover coins and topics on there that I don't share on YouTube. And I also share some of that information with my Friend Tech chat. So if you want access to that, you guys can buy a key on Friend Tech, or you can simply join the Discord. The link is in the description below. Thanks for tuning in, guys. As always, let's leave you guys with a wisdom one-liner. We're going to hit you guys with Proverbs chapter 15. No, we'll do Proverbs chapter 16 verses 5. The Lord detests all the proud of heart. Be sure of this, they will not go unpunished. Be good, be righteous. Peace.